Honey, oh, that has to be the best meal you have made in a long time.
Oh, thanks, dear. I'm so glad you liked it.
Can we go and watch TV now?
Well, Deputy Dog is almost on.
Well, honey, if Mommy says so, then you two go on. But take your dishes in so she doesn't have to worry about that, all right?
All right.
Thanks, kids.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You know, honey, I'm so glad they're ours.
Yes. Well, I think I'm going to read that paper.
Oh, fine, dear. I'll clean up. Why don't you hand me your plate?
There you go.
Oh, thanks, honey.
You're a doll.
Oh.
Oh, honey?
Well, I'll get it, dear. You stay put.
Thank you.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Olson. How nice to see you.
How nice to see you,
Oh, thank you so much. Look, honey, it's Mrs.
Hello,
Olson.
Mrs. Olsen. You look lovely.
Oh, why,
this
thank you, Mr. Johnson. It's so good to see you.
It's good to see you, too. And Merry Christmas.
Why don't you sit down here, Mrs. Olson, and I'll make you some coffee.
Oh, do you have any Folgers?
Folgers? Why, no, I don't buy Folgers. I only buy Sanka.
Oh, well, it just so happens I brought some of my own.
Well, isn't that lovely? I'll go make you some.
Thank you.
Sit down. Make yourself
I
comfortable.
will.
I'll be right back.
It is a very lovely Christmas tree you have, Mrs. Howard Johnson.
Why, thank you, Mrs. Olson. We believe in buying everything early.
Good thought.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to get that this time, honey, all right?
Oh, fine, honey. Thank you.
Keep that coffee perking.
Great.
Well, hello, Mrs. Marsh.
Hello,
Come
Mrs.
on
Johnson.
in. Honey, Mrs. Marsh is here.
Oh, wonderful. Tell her to sit down,
Oh,
dear.
Mrs. Marsh, would you care for some coffee? We're just about to sit down for some.
No, actually, I came to borrow some Colgate. Have you some?
Honey, Mrs. Marsh is here for Colgate.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, dear. We only have Sanka and Folgers.
I'm gonna go get it. You just wait right here. Mrs. Olson, have you met Mrs. Marsh?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hello.
Oh, what a lovely tree you have.
Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Marsh.
I didn't know people hung up
Goodness
Christmas
sakes.
trees.
Never dropped
I'm
Folgers.
sorry,
Mrs. Marsh, here's that cup
Yeah.
of Colgate.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Well, and I also have this box of Preparation H. Remember, I borrowed from your husband?
Oh, yes, you told
Oh.
me about that.
Honey, I still need that.
Well, Q, can we take some?
Go right ahead.
We need 3 or...
I need 4.
Oh, 4 this time.
Busy month, huh?
May I have one?
Oh, certainly. Mrs. Marsh doesn't mind, does she?
Oh, no. Come right ahead.
You need the instructions, honey?
Oh, yes, I certainly do. Better
Yes.
read those.
Mr. Marsh always knows how to use his Preparation H.
Oh, yes, he made the company. He invented it.
No, that's right.
That's
Okay.
lovely.
How about some coffee?
Of course.
Yes.
Help
Don't mind if
yourself.
I do.
Honey, is one of those cups for me?
Of course, honey. Help
Thank you.
yourself.
Oh, this is...
Ed Sullivan is on television right now.
Oh, please, will you please watch it with us? It's our favorite program.
Why not? I'll just take my Folgers with me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Olson, but I don't allow any coffee in my den.
Well, all right.
Yes, we'll just leave it right here. If that's all right with you, ladies.
I hope it's all right.
But what do I do with my right hand?
Well, I'll give you some of my knitting to do.
Oh,
You know, I just love Ed Sullivan. It's my favorite show. Every time it comes on, I get so happy. You know, I hope they never cancel it.
But it's been off for 10 to 15 years.
No wonder those programs look awfully familiar.
Yes.
Well, let's go.
Mrs. Olsen!
Good night, Mrs. Marsh.
Oh, but couldn't I please stay for just one more cup of Folgers?
How about one more brushing?
Good
Good night, Mrs. Olsen.
Good
night,
night,
Mrs. Marsh.
Oh, honey, I thought a us getting into our pajamas was going to make them take the hint.
After 18 hours of Ed Sullivan and coffee, me too.
I'm sure tired.
Boy, that Mrs. Olson can drink coffee like a cow.
I know it.
Well, I'm gonna put the kids to bed, all right?
Okay, honey, I'll shut the lights.
All right.
I'll be right in. It's the holiday season, doo-doo, and Santa Claus is coming round. Christmas.
Honey!